Hello, welcome back to one of my review videos of the Pkn amps. You may have seen me reviewing the XD2500, which is the one above this. Yeah, I've only just gone and bought myself an Lc4004 from Pkn Digital. They're a great company. You can find them on Facebook under Pkn Digital or online at www.pkndigital.co.uk. Basically this Lc4004 is a 1 unit single power amplifier. It's got 4 outputs on it. It gives out 4 times 500 watts at 8 ohms and 4 times 1000 watts at 4 ohms. You're probably thinking, how on earth do they get so much power in one of these amps? I have no idea, but that's what makes them good. Well, I've had a look at the specs on this amp. It's quite good. With the mains AC input, it ranges all the way from 170 volts to 265, which means if you're using it on a generator pretty much, then you've got a good bit of leeway for if the generator decides to misfire, then the amp will continue to run smoothly. I also found out it gives out power at 2 ohms as well, so essentially it gives out 1600 watts per channel on each channel at 2 ohms. On the back of the amplifier we've got 4 outputs and 4 inputs, and we've got the mains power as well. As we can see here, they use a blue power con socket to go into the amp, which is a pretty good power socket because occasionally you get a PA man trip over a cable and yank, out comes the cable and your amplifier goes off. Everyone turns and looks at the PA man. Not in this case, because this is pretty rugged, so you're not going to get that out in a hurry. It's got 2 fans on the back, and at the moment the amplifier's on and you can barely hear it. The fans usually turn on a bit louder when the amp's under a bit of power, so the only time you would ever hear the fans is when the speakers are trying to be loud, let's say. Another little feature I found on this amp is if you unscrew the front part of the amp, you're actually given some switches, and what these actually are settings which allow you to put a crossover onto the amplifier, and it also allows you to bridge the amplifier as well. When bridging the amplifier, it will join 2 channels together, so essentially this will become a 2-channel amplifier, and what you get is 2 times 1000 watts at 8 ohms. Sorry, got that wrong. 2 times 1800 watts at 8 ohms and 2 times 2000 watts at 4 ohms. You can pretty much bridge the amp easily. It's got a small white label here which explains to you how to bridge the amplifier, how to add the crossover. So it's pretty straightforward if you take the front off the amplifier and then flip the switches into the right places. Right, so that's the Lc4004 pretty much. Basically I'll just give you a small demonstration of what I use this amp at the bottom for. At the moment we're in my loft. At the top we got some DAF Audio X10 speakers, and on the bottom DAF Audio X15B speakers. There are also DAF Audio down there. I can't remember exactly what part number, but they're coaxial foldbacks. So basically I've got 2 of those each side, as you can see here. Over here we have the gigantic mixing desk. I say gigantic, but it's probably bigger. Basically the setup at the moment, I run my tops using the Pkn XD250, and I run the subs on these 2 channels here, and those 2 there for my 2 foldbacks. So at the moment the subwoofers are getting 500 watts RMS. The subs are about 400 watt RMS and the tops are 250 watt RMS each, which are powered by the XT250. Basically, these amps can just take a beating. If I could just show you how loud I can get it and how little power the amps actually give out, it's amazing. So. I can't keep that on too long because otherwise I upset neighbours. They haven't complained just yet, but we can only wait and hope. But basically the amps do take one hell of a beating and they really do pack a punch. So I would thoroughly recommend getting either amp, the XT2500 or the Lc4004. You can find these at Pkn Digital. You can find them online or on Facebook. So yeah, that's about it really. Thank you.